Somebody's phone's going on.
Vicky?
Life, sports, and stuff. Episode
Vicky?
Life, sports,
Refrigerator,
and stuff. What are you doing?
What the
why
hell
is there
is
a
going
message?
on, Vicky?
Life,
Refrigerator,
what are you
going.
doing? Hey, there we go. What are we? Why
What
is
the
there?
hell is going on? Vicky?
Life. We're in an echo chamber.
Okay, that didn't work so well.
It's a good thing we're live, huh? Good job,
It's a
Lurch.
good
You're doing
thing.
a bang up job.
Anyway,
dude.
what episode did you say?
Well, this is episode 72, and I'm going to go with
72?
Perry.
Like the
72.
1972 Dolphins, the perfect team?
Yeah.
Ed Too Tall Jones?
It doesn't count anymore if it didn't happen this year. That's what we're doing. We're erasing history, so that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, it counts. They're still the only ones to do it until somebody else does it. They're the only one. They're the last one to do it.
Okay. I'm Mickey.
I'm STEM.
I'm Lurch.
Waiting for you, Lurch. And I'm Brother
My
Dave.
computer screen just froze. Hang on a second. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Hi, people.
Good start.
Please stand by.
There's
Please
Mrs.
stand by.
Mickey. Mrs. Mickey.
Oh, that
so
now
wel-
she wants now she wants to talk into the microphone.
Yeah. Welcome to Trainwreck 2. I hope y'all had a great week in the life, sports, and stuff universe world. As you can see, we're doing a bang with our new technology that we had to have. Go ahead, say fuck you. Go ahead.
I have
I'm
nothing
giving
to
you a
say.
chance.
I have nothing to say.
Thank God. After that intro you gave us all, yes, you absolutely have nothing to say.
Hey,
The only thing that what? Go ahead. Now
you asked me to find out how to put music on the introduction. I tried, but I found out what I did wrong.
Okay, well, you'll know for
All right.
next week.
All right, good job. Well done. I mean, the only thing that worked in that intro was These Days by Adam Jason, our boy down in south of Florida, rocking and rolling, having a good time. And everyone say hi to Junior.
What's up,
What's
Junior?
up?
There's
Hi,
Junior.
Barty.
Hi, guys. Say hi, guys. There you go. That's I did burp on live TV there. There you go. Good job, buddy. Well, Life Sports Stuff Universe, we hope you had a good week. Things have been a little crazy for the boys. We're going to get into a lot of it there. Halloween's around the corner. I wanted to go over the poll with everyone before we dig into our great topics. We are going to bounce all over the place. Make sure your seatbelts are buckled and your trays are in the upright position.
Oh yeah, I'm
Now,
back
how-
by the way.
Oh yeah, Stem's back. For those of you that missed him, we know you did. Don't lie and say, "Oh, I didn't even notice he was gone." You did.
They
You
noticed.
knew he was gone.
They noticed.
They noticed. So here we go. We're going to talk about the poll right off the bat. We're going to get it going. Our busiest poll we've had in a long, long time.
And hold on one second. Time out. Time
Yeah,
out.
go ahead.
I haven't watched any of these movies. I watched Halloween. I watched the
you
first
have
Friday
watched
the
these movies.
13th, and
Okay,
I
so it's
watched
two.
one of the Freddy Krueger movies. That was it.
That's
Those are the-
three.
and
So
I said I watched those, but I watched
There's
Halloween
12.
when I was
Did you
like
see
11
Silence
years
of the
old.
Lamb?
No,
What?
I watched those are the three. I watched Halloween when I was like 11 years old with my grandmother.
but you know who the characters are. You know who Pennywise the clown is.
No, I have no clue who Pennywise the clown is.
You've never seen it?
Is that the thing with the? Is that the one that they're putting in the sewer with the red balloon?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well, I only know that because I've seen the memes this week.
And Chucky from Child's Play, the killer doll. You don't know who that is?
Chucky, I know. Oh, we got a Chucky story tonight, don't we?
Okay, so there you go. So you're up to 4 out of the 12.
No,
That's
no.
1/3 of them.
All right. Well, you guys make it seem like I watched all these movies. I didn't see
We never said you watched
the-
all
the-
the
the-
movies,
the-
but
the
you
one
make
with
it
the
seem
white
like you never
mask
do
and-
it.
I don't. I saw those four movies.
But
I
you know
didn't
who
watch
they
any of the
are.
sequels. I didn't watch any of the sequels. I didn't watch any of the other things. And I watched the funny horror. What was a funny one with the scary movie? That one I watched. That was funny.
Okay, so and the killer in that one was Ghostface. So then you do know 5 now. We're up to
Wasn't
5.
that a play on a different
Scream.
movie or
on
something?
Scream?
Scream.
Scream,
Okay,
but
well, I
it was
didn't
the
watch.
same killer.
Why didn't watch Scream? I don't know.
But it was the same killer mask, same mask.
And you
That
gotta
was
You
say,
know
like-
the mask.
That
It
Did you
wasn't
know
just
Halloween? I got trivia, Mr. Halloween man. The mask on Halloween.
Is William
Who is
Shatner
it?
with the eyes cut out. They couldn't find a mask. They ran to the store. It was Halloween. The only one they could find was William Shatner. They cut the eyes out. Everyone laughed. They thought it was
And spray
funny.
painted it white.
There you go. So we're done. Yeah, thanks. I win.
It
Now,
wasn't just a
that-
hockey goalie mask?
No, that was in
No,
Friday the
that's Friday
13th.
the 13th.
And
Oh.
that was also a fluke they picked up in a box. He's
Wait,
like,
which
"See
one
if
was the
this
Halloween
works."
guy? Which was the Halloween
Michael
mask?
Myers.
Michael
Halloween.
Myers.
What did he
Jason
look like?
Voorhees is the Friday the
remember.
13th guy.
You don't see his face.
Yeah.
Then why
But
do you have
this
a mask?
was, but wait, this wasn't about the movies. It was about the actual people, and you know
Oh,
who
but
the
you guys,
people are.
but you guys, I said I didn't watch the movies, and you guys said, oh, you had to watch the movies. You're so full of shit.
I didn't say you watched them all. You watched some, and you did. You know 5 out of the 12. That's enough to comment and make conversation, Mr. Conversation, Mr. I could talk about everything.
You guys said I watched the movies. I didn't watch the movies.
You watched some of them.
I didn't
He
watch any
actually
of the other
listened
ones
to
you
the
talked
show.
about. You said-
I'm glad he listened to a show finally.
You didn't watch.
I-
I know. He did that. So that's what your 4th episode you've listened to.
Well, I had to take notes. I had to take notes. We'll get to some more later.
Oh, awesome. All right. So we're moving
Yeah.
back to the poll. Thanks for your
Yeah.
input there. So here we go. This is how the poll worked out. Nobody in the Life Sports and Stuff universe voted for Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre or
see that
Ghostface
one.
from Scream.
Didn't see that one.
Not their favorite characters. I thought Leatherface. I know somebody, if they were listening, and they probably didn't listen last week because I
Oh, we're
haven't
down to
spoke
3
to,
viewers.
I haven't spoke to him in a couple weeks. Make sure you advertise that while we're talking. That's
I did. I
always-
shared it. I
that's
shared it
always a
on
good
each of my
promo.
accounts.
Charlie from South of Florida would have definitely voted for Leatherface if I spoke to him to listen to the show. He's a Halloween fanatic. Jeepers Creepers, the Creeper got 1 vote.
Terrible. movie.
Lurch voted for the Candyman. Horrible movie.
Terrible.
Hannibal Lecter got 1 vote. Chucky from Child's Play. Uno.
Shitty movie.
Here we go. Pinhead from Hellraiser. Dos.
Never saw it.
That was more
Jason,
funny than scary.
Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. The Saga got 2. Pennywise from It, 3. And here we go. Here are our top 2. One of these got 13 votes, which is almost 40% of the vote. And the other one got 10 votes, which is about 33% of the vote. So these 2 ran away with it, by the way. I'm not going to tell you which one it was. We'll see if you guys can guess. One of them is Michael Myers from Halloween, we had already talked about, and Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street. So who won with 40% of the vote?
Freddy Krueger.
Michael
Freddy.
Myers.
It was Freddy
Michael.
Krueger.
Oh, come on.
Freddy Krueger.
I voted. I was the first one to vote for Michael Myers. Freddy
Myers
Krueger was the scariest. Freddy Krueger was comedy relief.
was funny. He was funny.
Yes, and not in the first one. The first one he never
No,
spoke.
first one it wasn't funny. No.
The second one they gave him a
Second
sense
one.
of humor.
Yeah.
Oh, and Lurch. I spoke to a good friend of the show, one of the longest time listeners we got from the land down under, Australia, Chris, and he agrees with you. Saturday the 14th, great movie, definitely underrated.
Told you. I'm not the only one that liked it.
Make sure you hit your mic the next time you want to scream like that too. You're batting 1,000 tonight, there, my friend. 1,000. So there you go. You can count to 1.
How many votes do we have on that poll?
36. The previous poll was 26, and the one before that was 20.
Our fans like the music polls better, I think. Music, commercials, and food.
Well, no, because this beat out the music poll that you guys did for
That was the video.
the
poll.
second best music
Well, that-
video. Well, it
that
was
was
a
the video
music video poll.
Yeah, but I didn't do any promotion on it.
You don't
'Cause,
ever do
I'm
any
not the promotion go. I'm not the show guy. I'm not the.
Yes.
I'm not Barnum.
You did an excellent job filling in for me though.
I know. I know.
So I was disappointed that Michael didn't win. I am looking forward to seeing the new one, the last one, so they say.
Tomorrow.
Halloween Kills tomorrow night. We talked about it a little last week. They are bringing back all of the people who lived throughout the movies, who still apparently live in Haddonville 40 years later. If my entire family and friends got murdered and I made it, I wouldn't stay in the house. I would put it up. I probably wouldn't get top dollar. I'd probably have to take a loss, but I would definitely sell.
That's why it's a
Nothing.
movie. It's a movie.
Yeah.
It's a
Thank
movie.
you. Look at you. Baseball. You have no idea what I'm talking about. What's the score?
0-0.
Who's
Good.
winning?
Dodgers, Giants, 0-0.
It's a
Who's winning?
baseball
Buck-
game. Who cares?
Shut up. So
How
Buccaneers
do,
are
how,
beating
how do
the
you guys
Eagles.
not? How do you guys not know the answer to that question?
Which one?
What's the score? 0-0. Who's winning?
Yes, that's good. We know. We know.
The Bears. God, you guys are dumb.
Oh, but you
Ferris
watch that
Bueller?
movie.
Yeah,
Ferris
that's
You
Bueller?
not-
watch that. You watch that movie.
Fuck yeah, I watch Ferris Bueller.
Seriously.
One of
So
the
I don't
greatest
watch
movies
movies.
of all time.
But I want to watch that movie.
Mike Ditka is playing against God and Jack Nicklaus in a 2-on-1 handicap football game. Who wins?
Ditka.
Ditka. Ditka. The Bears.
Oh, bear.
The Bears. We're just gonna go off the fucking rails tonight.
I
don't even
guess we
care.
are. All right. So,
All right, so that's the poll. All right, so Halloween's around the corner. Freddy Krueger is the Life Sports and Stuff Universe winner for
yay,
the
Freddie.
best horror movie TV killer. Michael Myers a close second, and the two of them ran away with over 70% of the vote just for the two of them. So you guys have spoken. We're glad that you are back and hanging with us. There's a lot more to be had on the social media network. Life Sports Stuff podcast on Facebook, where we post pictures and the videos of the show and our polls and stupid idiotic stuff and Stems picks of the week. Which, how were you last week there, big guy?
Yeah, 3-2, I think.
3-2. So you haven't had a good week, a solid week in what, 3 weeks?
I don't know. I
Whole
was undefeated in
season.
week 1. I was undefeated in week 1.
Yeah, it's week 6. So I was wrong. It
Yeah.
wasn't 3 weeks. It was 5 weeks.
I'm trying to help our Canadian friend win some football pools, and it's not good.
Who? Tea
How many
Party?
Canadian friends do we have?
Well, he's still part of the United States by like 25 miles.
Hey.
South Canada.
Eh?
South
Okay.
Canada.
Okay.
So
Who
yeah,
are we talking about?
we folks.
Tea Party.
Tea
Mike
Party,
Fisher.
Mike.
I don't know that these guys know it or not, but we are on TikTok as well. LSAS
Oh, we
podcast.
know it. Have you done any videos?
I've done a couple.
Have you?
Yeah.
How
I
they
just-
looking?
Could you
Well,
put segments up on?
I probably could up to 3 minutes. Yeah, if you can cut me a 3-minute piece, I can upload it.
So if we all start moving our heads to the right, can you do a Night at the Roxbury theme for us?
I could
Okay.
if I learn how to do it. But no, I whatever videos I made, I just uploaded. I think I did something today with my stupid water guy. The water, I come home and I got 4 bottles of brand new water on the left side of my door, and on the other side of the door, I've still got 3 empty bottles of water. So I just did a quick video of that and put it on TikTok. So it's on our page.
That was so funny.
Really? Because our guys left 12 here 1 week, dropped
But
off
did it-
2, saw
but did-
12, and left them.
Well, but my point was, left what? Left 12 or left the
Yeah,
empties?
12 empties sitting in front of the house.
What the hell? You're right there. You can't tell me you didn't see the bottle sitting by the door. You just put you put the full ones on the other side. How do you not see the other 3 empty bottles? They're big blue empty bottles.
Because we give them $15 an hour, like fucking morons we are.
They take mine. No problem.
That's because
I have a filter in my refrigerator. Don't do it.
I don't like ours.
You know what? You still get the chlorine comes through the filter in the fridge. So
It-
that's why we went with the water filter. That's why we went with the water tank.
And you don't know what's in the water tanks. They drop off that crap. Some guy could be in the truck peeing in the shit. You don't know. You can't trust people nowadays. We've become a
Okay.
very untrusting society.
Okay. And now, real quick to touch on something you talked about last week. You were bitching about the polls and Ohio State over Oregon, blah blah blah.
Right. And
Happens all
everybody
the
in the
time.
world.
Number
I know it
one.
happens all the time.
Number
Doesn't
one.
make it right.
Number one. Let me talk. You had your time last week. You had it happens all the time. It happened most famously to Miami, who beat Florida State in 2000 and got screwed out of the national championship game.
20 years ago, it never happened. Remember, we're getting rid of history. Go ahead.
No, it did happen. But the point is, now with the playoffs, when the college football playoff rankings come out, they'll be different, and you can bet that that'll be reflected in the rankings.
And how do you know that? How do you know it'll be different? And how do you know
Well,
I could bet that?
Do because you can,
How do you know it'll be different?
because it will be,
What's
because
different?
you have,
What's different about the poll?
because it's a selection committee, it's not the polls.
So these are
And
just for fun. These mean nothing.
these are the people that get in the room and at that, it's like the people that do the NCAA bracketing. They'll say, oh, well, we can't really have this team above this team because this team beat this team at their stadium. So it'll get fixed when they come out within the next week or two when
Yeah,
the
but
first rankings come
It's
out.
it's not like the NCAA bracket, because in the NCAA bracket, in every conference is represented, or every group of conferences is represented by somebody. In college football, it's 13 guys, half of them from the SEC.
First of all, they're not all from the SEC.
I didn't say all. I said half. Are you
The-
deaf
the-
too? Lurch, give me your hearing aid. Come on, I'll wait.
It's in the other room.
Okay, oh, great. So that's why nothing's going
There's
fucking
not
right
half,
tonight. You
there's
can't
not
hear.
half.
I
from
got
the
earpods
SEC.
tonight.
They're all equally represented
Oh,
amongst
so-
amongst all the Division 1A schools, conferences.
Okay, so there is somebody there from the MAC
Yes,
in the room.
Is that Coastal? Who's in the MAC?
MAC is like Buffalo, Western Michigan, Eastern Michigan.
No. Represented in the poll. It's is it Coastal? What's Coastal?
Coastal
Coastal
is
not a Sun, is it?
yeah, Atlantic. No, not a Sun. That's basketball.
No.
Coastal is it Conference USA? What's the one FAU and FIU used to belong to before they jumped to Conference USA? Is it the Atlantic Sun?
Yeah, they were in
Now
the
we-
A Sun.
Now we gotta look it up. Hang on.
No, I know what they were in. They were in the A Sun.
Well, you didn't know a second ago, and I'm already typing. I don't feel like typing.
You asked me where FAU was. They were in the A Sun.
First of all, the Chanticleers, as we like to be called.
So the first poll will come out November 2nd, and you will see if Oregon doesn't lose. And
No,
Ohio
they're not in
State
the A
doesn't
Sun.
lose,
They're in the Sun Belt.
Okay.
A Sun is basketball.
The first poll will come out November 2nd, and that's where, as long as Oregon doesn't lose and Ohio State doesn't lose, I could bet you $1 million, or a regular bet, Oregon will be above Ohio State in those rankings.
Okay, so here's my other question for you. Are preseason polls useless?
No,
Why?
because they're conversation starters.
Are they useless as far as the actual football games on the field?
Yes, 100%. 100%. And then just so we're clear here, you've got on the committee for 21-22 is Arizona State, Colorado, Georgia State, Iowa, Kansas State, Kentucky, NC State, Notre Dame, Ohio, not Ohio State, Ohio, Stanford, and
Bobcats.
Wyoming. So there's one SEC member on the committee.
So how do they get chosen? Do you know? Lurch, do you know? Sam, do you know?
I'm on their page. Hang on. The
Yes.
selection committee recusal. They have to recuse themselves from voting on their conference. And from their team. I'm sorry. A recused member shall not participate in any votes involving the team from which the individual is recused.
So if I'm the president or the AD of, give me a small nothing school, Western Kentucky, go Hilltoppers. I'm the AD. I'm on the committee.
Hey, how'd you pull that school out of your ass?
Really?
It doesn't.
Fourth song, second side of Under the Blade album is what?
It doesn't say how they select the committee.
Okay, so I'm the AD at Western Kentucky. I'm on the
Yep.
committee. I can't vote for any Sun Belt teams, or I can't vote.
No.
for any
You
of
can't vote for your team.
You can't vote for your
I
team.
vote for my team.
Correct.
Right.
So if I wanted to put Coastal Carolina #1, I could.
Yes.
But that
And
won't hold
Alabama-
much weight.
And Alabama 57, I could.
You could.
You could.
It would seriously ruin your integrity for the
Right.
committee, but yes.
Because I'm just trying to figure out how a 3 and 4 loss SEC Big Ten team is always ranked ahead of an undefeated small conference team.
Because if you put them on the field, common sense would tell you that if you put them on the field side by side, The SEC team is going to beat that team 9 out of 10 times.
But that you can't judge what happens on the
That's
field
all.
in 2021 than
This
what
is the way
happened.
it's the way
but-
it's been. It's the way it's
But
always
it's
going to be.
wrong. But it's wrong.
The system sucks.
Yes, it's wrong.
This, we all know the system sucks.
We've got what we've
broken.
got. They're still working on the 12-team playoff. Hopefully we get that. It brings a little bit more
I heard
clarity.
that's dead again.
It's not that. In the meantime, you've got a real shot
on hold.
you got a real shot at a group of 5 school getting into the playoff this year, right?
Oh,
now.
Cincinnati's in as long as they
hold on,
run
hold
the
on.
table.
Well, there's a caveat to that. They need a few things to happen still. First, they have to run the table.
That's all they
two,
have
they-
to do.
No,
That's all
that's
they have
not
to
true.
do.
Not true. Not
It's
true. And I'll
100%
tell
true.
you, if Notre Dame lays an egg like they normally do, that will hurt them, because if they somehow slip to 4, and then you have a situation where Alabama and Georgia stays undefeated and they end up in the SEC championship, I guarantee you, if Alabama wins that game and Georgia loses, Georgia will be the 4th seed, and you will have 2 SEC schools there. You'll drop Cincinnati to 5.
And that's what I'm afraid of.
And that's what's going to happen, because Notre Dame is going to lay an egg. Even if Cincy goes undefeated, they
I
will
got
still
news
put a
for you.
1-loss
I've got
Georgia
news for
above
you.
them. What you
What's
got?
your
news
news?
for you.
Go ahead, tell us your news.
Georgia is going to blow Alabama's doors off.
You
Georgia
Okay.
you
is on a
don't know
rail.
that. You don't know
Georgia
that.
College
is on a
football is
rail.
built on opinions of guys who didn't
Yeah.
go to the schools they cheer for.
First of
You
all,
ain't kidding there.
Did you go to the New York Jet School? No, but you cheer for them.
Is that a school?
You
Is
live
that
in
a
New
school?
York? No,
Seriously, I did when I started cheering
but
for
you
them.
don't know.
And well, there's no football team, pro team
You
here in
didn't.
Orlando.
You didn't go to Florida State. You cheer for them.
My wife cheers
Why
for
is it
them,
a
and I
problem?
like sleeping in my bed.
You cheer for them. You cheer for UCF. You didn't go to UCF.
I actually took a class there once, so
You
I'm
didn't go to
technically,
UCF.
I'm
Stop.
technically, I'm a student.
Stop.
I took one class.
Stop.
You know that's the
So
rule.
that's what it.
If you take one class at a school, you're an alumni from the school.
Stop. What class did
That's
you
all you
take
have
from
to-
there? What class did you take?
One of my education classes.
Let me see.
through
Let me see
UCF.
transcript. Let me see transcript.
Okay.
All right, go get it. I'll wait.
I'm an alumni. I can
You
I
are.
can say that. I'm wearing the gear.
And
I get emails every month asking me for more donations.
And I can say my kid and his money go to UCF.
This
So anyway, there was that. The second thing was, for some reason you thought I was going to be bitter and upset because the Haggerty High School football team lost a game last week. I wasn't there to watch a football game. I don't care who wins the game. I don't care about high school football. I was there to watch my daughter cheer.
How come you
So-
weren't there tonight to watch your daughter cheer?
Because I was making dinner. And it wasn't a game.
But you just said you don't care about the game.
Right. But I mean, it wasn't a game. Yeah.
Your daughter was cheering.
yeah, she was coaching my daughter.
Moving on.
What else you got there? This is an amazing list you made.
It is. It is. Let's
Why?
see.
Hang on, brother Dan. Why do you keep changing colors?
It's the TV.
Yeah, you were mad about people wearing masks, and masks don't prevent anything. But when you had your hernia surgery, did you make sure the doctor wore a mask, or did you tell me it was
No.
okay, he didn't have to wear one?
No, I was asleep.
Why
When I
didn't you
saw
tell him he
him-
didn't have to wear one?
When I was asleep, he didn't have one on.
But why didn't you tell him? You knew he was going to put one on. Why didn't you tell him, hey, don't worry about it?
I
Not a big
just
deal.
said,
They don't do
hey,
it. They won't. It won't save me. So
Right.
know.
I
Oh,
said-
let's not do the
Mask
mask
don't work.
bullshit again, please.
I'm just
My
saying.
exact
Just saying.
We've
exact
talked that
words
to
were,
death.
Am I
This
safe?
is
He
just
said yes,
stuff.
and then
This is
let's
just
go.
stuff I couldn't say last week because I wasn't here. If masks don't work, why'd you have your surgeon wear a mask?
I didn't. I
You
asked
did.
him if I would say no. I didn't tell him to wear a
Did you-
mask.
did
I
you
said,
ask
"Am
him
I
to not-
safe?"
Did you ask him not to wear a mask?
I also asked him not to stick a hot poker in his butt. I'm going to assume he didn't do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, all right, masks don't work, but surgeons have to wear them. I got it.
You're right. There you go.
Yep.
Moving on. Thanks for agreeing with
Uh,
brother Dan and I.
I mean, the only thing I can say about that is there is again a medical grade mask, specifically I believe it's an N95 that is probably somewhat effective, but that is it. And most people don't have that
I mean, not
mask.
not these paper cotton shit that we use.
No, they're pretty though. They're cool and decorative, and I've got a UCF one that looks
it's
cool.
I love when I see people at Michael's buying fabric to make
Good
masks.
catch.
Like, and that's awesome that you grabbing fabric that 5,000 people touched, so you can make a mask and put a string on it.
All right. So you remember, I don't even remember what episode it was. 8, 9, 10, 7. I don't know. Remember
Give me
they
the
came out.
topic.
Remember they came out with the Kraft Cheetos macaroni and cheese.
Oh
And I
yeah,
tried
that was
it. And I
way.
did it.
Yes.
And I did my review on it.
Yes.
Okay. You ready for this?
No.
There is now. You can go to your store and get it. Kraft macaroni and cheese flavored ice cream. No,
Why?
I'm not taste testing
No,
it.
no thanks.
No,
That just sounds fucking
No.
disgusting of all
No
hell.
thanks.
Yeah.
Macaroni and
Like-
cheese sucks, but that's besides the
That
point.
doesn't even sound good.
no. How does that happen? How does that happen? Whoever thinks, hey, let's make this an ice cream. I don't understand.
Nasty.
All right.
Can't even talk about this. It's just
No,
not even.
no.
That,
Moving on.
No.
Disgusting.
you know, if you go to a party and it's there, you're like, oh, let me take a bite. No,
No.
I
Mm-mm.
wouldn't. All right, what else you got?
God, what
Are we
else do
getting
I
to-
got?
Are we finished on this list yet?
Nope. Antonio Brown last week became the youngest receiver to catch 900 balls, and he's missed 3 seasons. That's incredible.
He also became the youngest receiver to ever get into a fight with a U-Haul driver, but you know,
Well, yeah, there's those too, but think about it. He missed what, 2.5, 3 years,
I
and
don't-
still
I don't-
became the youngest receiver to ever catch 900 balls. That stuck out. That's
I'd love to
that's
see
big.
his tweets and text messages, the private ones.
What are you talking about? We didn't segue there yet.
You know who's back in the news today? Did an interview saying that he would like a chance to try out again.
Yes, my boy.
Oh, come on.
My
Tell me to
boy
go the
CK?
fuck away and stop.
Yeah, seriously.
Listen,
Like,
Seattle could use him. Miami could use him. There's a
watch
couple
my lips.
teams could use
Li-
him.
Listen, watch my lips really quickly. Ready?
I can't. I'm trying to look at the
Lurch.
camera.
Lurch is going to play football in the NFL before Colin Kaepernick ever gets another chance.
That is factually inaccurate.
No, you
Yes.
can't prove that.
I can 100% prove that Lurch will never play football in the NFL.
And I can 100% guarantee Colin Kaepernick's not going to
You
play.
said Lurch would play
football.
first,
Right. That's my point. Thank you for making
but
it
he
for me.
wouldn't. You didn't make
Right.
a point.
Colin Kaepernick killed any chance of a football career, NFL, CFL, Arena 1, Arena 2, flag here at Freedom Park, any chance of playing professional football the day he moved his NFL tryout without telling anybody until the last minute. The moment he did that was the day his football career ended. And then he went on and had that 7 or 8 minute rant and interview afterwards. Well, I've always been ready. I've been ready for 3. Well, yeah, his career is over. And his publicist probably said, hey, you need to give an interview, call somebody you know, and make a stupid ass comment because they've already forgotten about you and your dumb ass girlfriend. That is all today was about. And yes, I
Meanwhile,
would say,
you're talking about it.
right. Well, I brought it up to you guys because that's what we do here. We talk about, you talked about macaroni cheese ice cream. Shut up.
Yes, Kraft macaroni and cheese ice cream.
Oh, yes. So there
What
you
I'm
go.
saying, you brought it up.
Right. So we're going to talk about football. Let's segue to a topic that has the whole world buzzing. Email gate. Another email gate.
So stupid
the-
fucking Washington Redskins.
650,000 emails.
Emails.
The old Washington Redskins fucking.
The
up
entire
everybody.
computer system was set up.
Like, first of all, who does that?
Oh,
Do
first
you
of
think
all,
it's a,
wait, hold on. Before we get going on this, fuck you, Washington. Fuck you, Daniel Snyder, and fuck you, Washington, for what you pulled today. You fucking assholes.
wait,
Okay. Today, 3 days before a game, you now want to retire Sean Taylor's jersey, you fucking idiots. Why? To
Why-
get out of
why?
the news? It's a fucking publicity stunt to change the subject. You fucking suck. And your team sucks, Lurch. Fuck you and fuck your team.
okay, first of all, genius, it was announced today. It's been in the works for the last 3.5 months.
No, it hasn't.
They absolutely
They
have
would have
to
been,
plan it.
they would have.
They got to
planned it.
see how
I
you
told
could
you
see
3.5
or prove
months ago.
changing the name of the street.
He
Yeah, that
died. He
doesn't
died
happen
what?
overnight.
15 years ago? I mean, come on, seriously.
Fuck you,
Like
Washington.
15 took
All of a
15
sudden your
years.
press is bad. Now all of a sudden you're going to retire his number, his jersey. Assholes.
Stop. Stop.
Fucking racist pieces of shit.
You wouldn't even think that if he wasn't a Hurricane. Not even, you wouldn't even
If
have
it wasn't a
thought
hurricane, I
of-
wouldn't care about the story.
Exactly.
It is a hurricane. And fuck you,
Probably one of
Miami,
the
for not
best
doing it
hurricanes.
too. Fuck you, Miami, for not honoring him.
They did honor
How
him.
about that?
They
No, they
arrested his-
haven't.
They've honored him 100,000 times. They talk about it all the time. What do you want? His number, his name, what?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Why?
Nobody
can't-
should ever wear
I-
26 again at the
You
University of
can't
Miami.
retire
Especially a
every
clown
number.
like Gervin
There won't
Hall.
be any. They won't be any numbers.
There's
Like
certain
the
numbers
Yankees.
you can
Have you noticed
retire.
the Yankees stop retiring numbers because they can't retire every damn number?
There are certain numbers that can and should be retired, and that's one of
Yeah,
them.
the best player in the world, not a good player. He's not
He's
even
the
the
best-
best defensive back to go to the U.
Oh, you need to stop. You're just
Yeah,
Ed
I
Reed.
mean,
You need to
Ed-
stop.
no,
Ed
no,
Reed is
You
not
need to
better.
stop.
no,
No.
Ed Reed's not better
No.
than him.
no,
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 no, no.
no.
Stop.
Ed Reed even said Sean Taylor was better than him.
Of course, what's he supposed to say? Well, I'm sorry he's dead, but I was 100% better. Come on, stop it.
It
John Taylor was a magician.
would have been a good story.
Right, another story. Oh my God. If they honor him, you're mad. And if they didn't honor him, you're mad. So
No,
it
they
doesn't
didn't.
matter.
Okay, but
I gotta say,
going back-
Justin,
going
I
back-
can say something real quick. Justin, I see your comments. Go ahead.
Anyway,
go-
so let's
go
get,
back
get on
to
with
the
the rest
main.
of
Yeah,
get
go
on
back
with
to
the
the main
rest of the
story.
racist bullshit.
Okay, so here we go.
Misogynistic, homophobic.
So in the last couple of days, in about the last 6 or 7 days, John Gruden's emails from 11 and a half years ago got leaked. When he was a analyst for ESPN, he wasn't even an employee in the NFL. He worked for ESPN at the time, and his emails go back and forth where he is ripping to shreds verbally, and not like what a bad guy he is, like using bad comments for DeMar Smith, the president of the NFL Players Association, one of the most useless men in the world, does nothing for them, but still should not be called the names that John Gruden allegedly called him. And the NFL commissioner was apparently called some really nasty names, along with other high-ranking officials on teams and in the league. And all these emails
And players, he made
coincidentally
comments.
got leaked out. And John Gruden didn't talk about it. The Raiders played their game. The Raiders lost their game. And the day after they lost, John Gruden resigns. Now, a lot of people think that it was one of those Michael Jordan things under the table, like, look, we're not going to fire you. If you resign, we'll let you, leave with a little dignity. Some people say, no, that's not how John Gruden is. He probably walked in and said, look, the attention's about me and not the team, so I'm out of here.
No way.
I don't know which way it went. From all accounts, from everybody Sunday night supported John Gruden and said, look, he apologized. It's not a good thing. It was 11 years ago. He apologized. And I believe I
Because
know the man.
on Sunday night, that's all they thought. Because
Right.
there was only one email with one racist trope about DeMaurice Smith and his lips. And I can't believe that in 2010, 2000, we're still talking that kind of stereotypical stuff. I mean, he left out the watermelon part and the fried chicken part, I guess, but their lips was fair game, I guess. So totally ridiculous, but it was only one thing. And they were prepared to let him apologize and go on. Then Monday afternoon, Monday evening, when we were at the hockey rink, the rest of the emails came out. The misogynistic stuff about women
Homophobic.
referees, berating the league about concussions, calling it pussified, berating the commissioner, making fun of gay people. He just the full gamut came out, and that was it. He wasn't.
Who
there
were
was
these
nothing.
emails? Who were the emails to?
Alan,
Apparently, well, there were two different people, I guess, but mostly Bruce Allen, who was
Okay.
what, the president of the Redskins at the time.
no,
at
he
the
was not.
time.
He was in St. Louis during one of them.
St.
And
Louis.
He
there were
couldn't be in
6.
St. Louis because they got Washington's emails. These
There
were
were-
all on Washington servers.
There's nothing to
There
do with
was-
St. Louis, though. but
Because
there's one-
because just so we're clear, they were investigating Washington for all this sexual
Right, with the
misconduct
pictures of the
stuff because of
topless
owner.
cheerleaders and all
Yeah,
that
We
crap.
multiple
haven't got to that
suits.
part yet.
Which I'm
because
all
it-
for. I'm all for topless cheerleaders. I mean, don't do it in private. Get them to okay with it. But if they say okay, I'm all for it. As I think every man would be. Don't say you're not. If they're okay with it, go for it.
In my
Go on.
emails, I want somebody to take a picture of somebody without their permission or force them to take, and then
I
I'm gonna look
just
at 'em.
said with their
What?
permission. You'll listen with their permission. I said they get their permission first, but if they say yes, I'm all for it. Now, if they say no, you're a jerk.
Mickey misogynistic over here.
I believe in having a good time as long as everybody who's there is having fun and approves. Don't do it to people who say no. If you say no, go to the next person. Are you in? Yes, let's go. Oh, stop. Every single, you know what? I do want all the emails
hell's the
from
matter
every
with you?
coach. I want all the emails for every coach in the NFL. I want
Well,
all the emails from every owner.
so does the NFLPA right
So
now.
does the
I also-
NFLPA. So does
Right.
the
I want
media.
all the emails for the NFLPA. I want all the emails for all the
And-
NFL players and
and
all the tweets and text messages for the NFL players
You're
too.
not going to get it
Right.
because protecting the shield.
Right.
And they had to make John Gruden a scapegoat. Not that you
Right.
defend any of his comments. Everybody knows what he said was stupid. But you think there's not more shit out there, then you're very naive or just freaking stupid.
You know,
There's a
all
lot
these-
more out there.
all these football players, now that marijuana is legal, if you have your medical card and all that, well, it's the first time they've ever all done it. They weren't doing it when it was illegal. Bullshit. Or
Yeah.
all these strip clubs that all of a sudden are taboo, we're not allowed to go visit to. They're still open. Somebody's keeping these places in, and the champagne rooms are still full. These players are still, look, these players are just as bad as the owners, except we don't buy owners' jerseys and numbers on them. So as long as you keep buying football players' numbers and jerseys, we're never going to get football
So-
players in trouble.
So why is the NFL protecting Daniel Snyder? Why are they protecting him so much?
Because he's an
That's a good-
owner.
He's an owner. He's got a lot of money
Oh,
invested.
oh,
Listen to me,
Gr-
ready?
gr-
There's only 32 of those guys, and he's one of them.
But you know that this kind of brings back, what was that situation? That owner
Donald
of the
Sterling,
Clippers,
probably.
Donald Sterling.
Donald
This is
Sterling.
very reminiscent of what
Right.
happened there.
And the league forced him out, and then Marge Shot with baseball.
Right,
Baseball
but here's
forced her out.
here's the difference.
The Yankees,
NBA basketball-
George Steinbrenner got suspended from baseball for a while.
Yeah, but his
Oh,
family was still in
You-
charge. If you don't think he
you
was
could-
calling the shots from the house, Dad, what do you want me to do? Say yes. You know what? I think we are going to do that. Yes. Here's the difference between the Donald Sterling and the NBA and Daniel Snyder of the NFL. The NFL is a marketing $1 million machine. The NBA is running. No one knows who's running the NBA. The owners, the players, their commissioner is one of the worst in sports. He says all the right things in
But
camera.
they love him. They love
But
him.
The players love him. The fans are not thrilled, but as long as they get to go to their games,
Well,
they
of
don't
course,
care.
the players control the league.
And the owners control the league in football. Roger Goodell reports to 32 men. He can be mad at Daniel Snyder all he wants. Daniel Snyder's his boss. In basketball, the players are the boss. And if you want to push an owner out, you know what? Donald Sterling isn't the owner of the LA Clippers anymore and made a lot of money on his way out the door. That won't happen in the NFL. You're not going to kick an owner out of the NFL. Period. End of discussion.
Well,
It's too
the-
big.
There's one thing that can happen, because if let's say Congress, they subpoena them and they want to see these emails, they will get out.
Yeah.
Because when the government gets involved,
You
that
know what? They will
changes the
get out,
whole
but they're still
dynamic.
not going to change. It's not going to change anything.
It's not, because first of all, that'll take
If-
years
if-
for
if
the
they
government
get-
to get in
if-
charge.
Sure
if they
could.
get out, and they're just as bad, something would happen. and it would happen
something's
fast.
Here's the
happened,
problem.
Absolutely.
If that's the
otherwise-
case,
other-
everyone's emails got to come out. Everyone,
if
the players,
not-
everyone's have to come out.
If not, then John Gruden will have another job again.
He will have
He'll
another
have
job
another-
again. He'll have a
It's
job in
not
the next
like-
2 years.
And by the way, I
No.
don't know why you don't
No,
know
he
this, but
won't.
Bruce Allen was the football general manager and president of the Washington Redskins at the time.
Right.
Yeah, and destroyed the fucking team.
Well, you
Well,
said he was
yeah.
with St. Louis.
Yeah. What was the whole St. Louis thing you were talking about?
I was reading something about something with St. Louis was about when he was working
How
in
do you
St.
know who
Louis. Or
doesn't-
something.
You're the Redskins fan. How do you not know this?
Stem said Redskins like 5 times just so everyone's
Because when
aware.
this all happened, it was the Redskins. It was the Redskins that were being investigated.
Well, then
Now it
technically,
transferred over to the WFT.
they can't retire Taylor's number because the Redskins don't exist.
So
He
True.
never played for the Washington football team.
so
He never
so
did.
who do you think leaked those emails? I
Goodell.
mean, yeah, of course
Good
they did.
Goodell. Goodell
And-
needed something good to happen, and he needed to get somebody. Pick
Oh, of
somebody we
course.
can get. Pick somebody we can get. They went after him. Conspiracy theory number 1. The NFL needed a scapegoat for some good press.
And I love it that they started pressing Mark Davis, asking him questions on when he
Yeah.
knew about the emails, so on and so forth. He says, "Ask the NFL; they have the answers." And like, oh, that's a non-answer.
Yeah,
He's
I'm sorry,
just
they asked
passed
who?
on the buck.
What was that whole
Mark-
story at the
Mark
beginning of the
Davis.
year?
That's Mark Davis when he knew
Yeah.
about the email, so on and so forth. Why he let him coach, and then basically, if he knew about it like beforehand, and he said,
they
"Ask
knew-
the NFL; they have the
They
answers."
knew about the first one. They didn't know about the rest.
Right. Well,
And
apparently
they were
That's
they were kind of
bullshit.
otherwise.
That's such
They
bullshit.
knew. They knew.
no,
you
no,
know,
he didn't.
they didn't open one on Sunday and then Monday say, "Yeah, we'll
No,
get to the rest tomorrow."
They definitely knew on Sunday because listen, I'm a Raiders fan, and I watched them play, and they did not look like the same team. There was something
Yeah,
going
they
on.
knew.
They knew.
They
All knew.
knew. What was leaked by the press might have been one email, but everybody involved
It was Washington
knew it was more
Post.
than one email. So yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't buy any of that.
No.
They
So
knew.
the story at the beginning of the year, I came in with the story was something about with the Redskins, and when the report went
Oh,
to
with the
Goodell,
Redskins.
they never put it in writing because they didn't want it documented. What was that story? At the beginning of the season. Do you remember?
Mhm. Mm-mm.
Oh, the end of last season.
Look
And
up
when they said-
Washington football team incident, August.
Well, think about it this way: if those, what are the 20-something lawsuits? I forget how many they're up to now. It's a bunch of lawsuits going on with.
Why? There's 40
Uh,
cheerleaders represented by one lawyer right now. Wants
Well,
to see all the emails.
Right, I understand, but if this wasn't a thing, it all would have been swept under the rug. Like if they would have just they settled or something, it would have been swept under the rug, and nobody would have known otherwise about these emails or anything. Because the NFL, they already said they're not releasing the emails,
Yeah.
and we know why. Because there's a
Well,
lot.
Adam, did you hear that Adam Schefter was involved too?
Of course.
Yeah.
You hear about Adam Schefter? He was sending articles back to Bruce Allen, saying, "Hey, Mr. Editor, how does this article look? Is there anything I should add, remove, change? What do you think?" So here he is writing articles about a team and then asking the person he's writing about to rewrite it basically and write his own story. What's that
Right.
about?
And breaking the news about the John Gruden situation, and
You
Just
don't
being
think that happens
unjournalistic.
everywhere? You don't think the guys from the Miami Herald have the Dolphins check their stuff? I would say the only city
You
that
want
has
locker
it-
room access? You do what you got to do.
the only city that probably doesn't get the team's approval on stuff is New York, because they can do whatever they want, the Post and the Newsday and the News and all that. They're
You
the
don't think
only
it's
ones.
you don't think it's a black eye for Adam Schefter?
Yes, I think it's a black eye for Adam Schefter. I just don't think that Washington's the only team doing it. I think that now that Washington's in the news, we're going to jump on the let's catch Washington bandwagon. But you don't think Al Davis rolled the Oakland paper, whatever it's called, or the LA paper, whatever it's called? You don't think that Cowboy Boy, what's his name? Can't remember
Jerry
his name.
Jones?
Jerry Jones
Jerry Jones.
controls what's printed about the
But
Cowboys,
then
especially.
how are you going to get accurate articles? How are you going to get
You
accurate
don't get
news
accurate
reporting?
articles. There is no such thing as accurate news anymore.
What about freedom of
Af-
the press?
After the Michael Irvin,
It's also
fiasco
freedom
back
access
in
to
the
the
90s,
locker room.
right? The Michael Irvin fiasco back in the 90s with the Cowboys and him and the strip clubs and the drugs and the fur coats and all that. Remember that? You were still a fan back then. After that,
The White House?
nothing leaves Dallas without Jerry Jones approval. Period. End of discussion. I guarantee it happens in all major sports teams in major cities, with the exception of New York. And even the Steinbrenners probably controlled a lot of what happened about the Yankees. Not all, but probably a lot.
So here's my question.
Washington-
You own a company like this and you know the stupid shit that's going on. Why would you save the fucking computers with these emails on it? Why would you delete this shit?
Do you think an owner keeps inventory of what computers are being used in his building? No. Hey, I just fired the GM, clear out his office and put some new stuff in for the new guy, make him feel special. That computer gets put down in a box in storage. The new one gets in with a note, hey, welcome to the team. And then they forget about it until some jackass is playing around and says, hey, what the fuck is this? Holy shit, did you see what's on this computer? You think the owner of a football team in the National Football League has a clue what's put on a computer from Office 6 in the building?
No, but they hire
No.
enough people and
IT.
spend enough
I do.
money that they should have people that do. Yes.
My company,
absolutely,
fucking, you send an
100%.
email, it does not supposed to write emails. They calling you up within 10 minutes.
Yep,
What's this email
absolutely.
about?
I wouldn't
then
dare. I
but then
wouldn't
one of the
dare send
employees can
anything
drop a
from my
car.
work email.
No, I don't do anything on my work laptop, but and my work email. But let's be honest. 99% of the companies are hypocrites. Like
My
everyone's going after Washington right now, but if Daniel Snyder does something heroic in the District of Columbia, he'll be voted owner of the year 6 months from now.
My work would let me put my work email on this thing. But part of that is they get access to my phone. I said, nope, I don't need your email. I'll just use the computer. Don't worry about it. You're not getting access to my phone. It's not happening.
I mean, look, what he said is wrong, John Gruden. What those emails said is wrong. The culture.
It just shows he's a shitty person.
No, if everyone who
That's
says
all
something
it is.
stupid is a
He's a shitty
shit,
person. No,
fine,
no, no.
but
You could say one thing
everybody's a
that's
shitty person.
you could say one thing and that's stupid. You say a bunch of stuff about a bunch of different types of people. You're a shitty person. He is
Really?
a shitty person.
So you don't know anybody that you're friends with who has said mean stuff about people more than once.
Yes, but I've been stuck with you for how many years now? I got to,
I admit the stupid stuff I say and don't like me, walk along. We all know people in the locker room say stuff. That's why I'm over this cancel culture stuff, because every guy
This is not cancel culture. This is not cancel culture. This is
It was
an
11 years.
asshole. It's not 11. It was 2011.
2011,
No, this is
2018.
hold on. No, that you're absolutely wrong, Stem.
No.
It absolutely is cancel culture.
It's
The
not cancel culture.
players are telling it to you. It's obvious because look, they're talking about, somebody said on Twitter the other day, you got Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre who are doing the halftime show hired by the NFL, right? Well, they have a lot of misogynistic and
Every video
racist
they
and
got.
homophobic marks, everything in their raps and in their lyrics. But that's okay.
Snoop Dogg was arrested for murder with his bodyguard, and his bodyguard took the rap for it, saying Snoop
Murder
wasn't
was
there
the
when.
case that they gave me.
Yeah. Why is Snoop Dogg being celebrated when him and his bodyguard, close friend, shot and killed a man? Why?
And you're calling him a piece of shit because his emails were leaked out. But I guarantee you, if you saw the other 649,990 emails, you'd say there's a lot more pieces of shit out there.
I probably
Hey,
would.
tell you something.
You're
They
absolutely
should
right.
subpoena every team now and pull all the computers.
Yes, every team's computers, every player's computers,
Or everybody be
everybody.
sweating bullets. They'd be sweating
Right.
bullets because they know.
Everybody.
They know. There's a lot of
These
shit. that
Everyone,
goes
every
on.
team should have their computers pulled now and gone
But
through.
here's the issue. Here's my issue, because I'm not naive and I'm not 3 years old. If you're surprised by any of this, you're a fool. A sport that is
I'm not.
99% men beating each other for fun. They get to go in locker rooms and have private conversations. And you don't think anybody's talking trash and talking shit and saying stupid stuff? I've been in locker rooms with my friends, and I've heard what people say about women. And I've been in locker rooms with white guys and heard what they said about black guys. And I've been in locker rooms with black guys and heard what they said about white guys. Everybody does it. But we are in a time and place now where now everyone wants to be punished for it.
Well, and
So if we're going to punish people, wait, hang on, my last thing, and then I'll let you go. If we're going to punish people for what they did 10, 11 years ago, then start punishing everybody. Stop picking and choosing so you get your name in the paper. Because that's all this is hype.
Well, until you do, it is a cancel culture. Because I can give you another example: Eddie Murphy Raw. Everybody's seen it. How many times did he say faggot in that damn
Yeah.
show? Like at least 10. I can remember in like the first 20 minutes of the show. So
Richard Pryor is one of the. We did our comedian poll, and Richard Pryor was what, third or fourth from the Life Sports and Stuff universe, right? He said the N word in a comedy show over 100 times. He talked about women in a comedy show over 100 times. No one is degrading him. I mean, God rest his soul, he's passed on. But why is it bad now? But all these people get a pass.
Jimmy Kimmel, remember the Man Show? They
Yeah,
a lot of misogynistic behavior there.
Howard Stern.
Because we've evolved as a society.
We haven't.
But we're
evolved
picking
in
and
the last
choosing.
50
But we're
years.
picking and
choosing.
choosing. You're
Say
talking
it,
about
we're
not-
emails from up to 10 years
we're
ago.
not-
You're picking and choosing right now what
We're
you
not
want.
we're not picking or choosing.
Yes,
Why are we
you
not?
are.
Why are we not
You are.
taking emails and tweets from the football players then?
Who doesn't act like an Eddie Murphy Raw now? Nobody, because it's not acceptable anymore.
In public, they don't. Are you
No.
telling
Dave
me these
Chappelle, have you
football
seen the
players-
stories
No,
of Jay
yeah.
Chappelle lately on
Dave-
Netflix?
Dave- Yes, that's a separate issue.
Why?
Why?
Because
They
he's
still
doing
love
it for some
him.
other reason.
What?
What's
And
the
he
other?
went after
Oh,
the-
you just lost me on this one. Come
He
back with
went
that
after the
again.
what?
Come back. He made the gay jokes on the show and the transgender jokes on the new
Yes.
show that's coming out
Yes.
next week. I think it is,
Mhm.
or next month. And
that
they
was
wanted
on-
Netflix to pull the show, and Netflix said no.
Right.
If he
I'm
made
not following.
if he made any jokes about women, we'd have a problem. And his entire career was making fun of white and black people up until he had a breakdown and disappeared for 5 or 6 years.
And just for clarification, the NFL has uncovered yet more emails involving Raiders coach John Gruden from 2010 through 2018.
To who?
Yeah, that's
To
what it
who?
was. That's what these were. It doesn't matter
To-
to who. In
Why
the
is
emails
he
that
the
were
only one
found,
getting in trouble?
Right. That's the only one that's all
Why?
you hear. You don't hear any other
It
emails. You
doesn't-
don't hear anybody else.
Okay.
Doesn't
600
matter.
emails.
You don't
doesn't
think other people
matter.
have sent emails on the Washington computers?
And no
It
one
doesn't-
replied to him? No
it
one
doesn't
hit reply
matter.
all or reply sender?
He got busted. What
Right.
he
No,
did
he
was
didn't.
bad.
No, he didn't get busted. He was
He's
the
a piece of
scapegoat.
He's a piece of shit,
Ah.
and he can go on with the rest of
No,
his life.
you're
It's
wrong.
data
I'm
football.
sorry.
Hey,
wrong.
how is the view from that mountaintop you put yourself above?
Pretty
Because
good.
I've
I'm
also
sorry.
sat in car rides with you and heard stuff you said about people.
Yeah.
So should you be punished?
Show me an email.
I
Show
saw
me a
it first.
text message.
I saw it firsthand. Would you call me a liar?
Probably, yeah.
Whether I'm telling the truth or not, you'd say I was lying.
I don't know. If you were lying, I would tell you you're lying.
But if I said the truth, I've been on softball fields with you and tennis courts with you and car rides with you and clubs with you and
Uh-huh.
been around females with you and I've been around
Mhm.
minorities with you and I've heard stuff you said thinking you were funny. If it
Mhm.
got out and it was
Let
you were
it
trying
out.
to be fun, if
If
you were
you have
trying to be
anything,
funny
yeah, absolutely.
and you
Was John
and-
John
but-
first of all, I'm not racist, so I'm not worried about it. Number two, John Gruden wasn't trying to be funny. He was being a dick. He was being an
Oh, so-
asshole.
so
And he
if
thought
you
he was
say-
talking
Come
to
on.
somebody privately.
He's a private email to
So
someone
if
they
you
were
s-
joking. Oh, come
if
on.
you
That's the
said it
stupidest thing
joke-
you ever said.
if you say it jokingly, it's okay. But if you say it facetiously,
No, but
you're a
no,
dick.
but he wasn't joking. That's the point.
I'm not talking
if
about
you-
him.
if you
See, if
said
I
it
was
was-
Gruden, I'd fight this thing tooth and nails. I want every fucking computer in the NFL opened up.
He has no say. He's done. He's out of football forever.
Okay.
He's done.
5 years max.
There's no such thing as ever. Hey, OJ Simpson's name is still hanging at Rich Stadium or whatever it's called.
So
Last
So
time I
so-
checked,
call Buffalo and tell them to take it down.
I
Tampa
don't
Bay
need to call
took John
Buffalo.
Gruden down this weekend.
I know, right? And if it wasn't for Tom Brady, they'd go back to being in the most irrelevant franchise in all of sports. John Gruden made them relevant. They loved him then. John Gruden made that team relevant in the early 2000s.
What team?
The Buccaneers.
He didn't make them relevant.
Oh, Keyshawn Johnson.
Oh, you're
is
so
out.
full of shit.
He took over Tony Dungy's team and won a Super Bowl.
Tony
Oh.
Dungy could never win the big game.
Tony Dungy didn't win it with him.
Couldn't win
So
the big
apparently
game.
it wasn't his team.
And
I
it took
hate that. I hate that thing. You
Mhm.
took over somebody else's team. Well, that somebody else
Right.
couldn't win. So apparently they needed somebody to take.
So
it over.
what's his overall record after leaving the after the Super Bowl year?
I do not know.
After winning the Super Bowl with Tampa Bay, let's go back and see. Let's go see what his record was after that, because I guarantee it's not good.
Didn't he retire soon after that?
no, he got canned in 09.
Exactly.
Okay. And then he was
So
out for 12 years.
he took Tony Dungy's team.
He didn't take
and
Tony
won a
Dungy's
Super
team.
Bowl.
He took Tampa Bay and won a Super Bowl. Tony
Mhm.
Dungy, did Tony Dungy win a Super Bowl with that team?
No,
Has
but
Tony
his team
Dungy
won a Super Bowl.
ever won? Has Tony
Sa-
Dungy
sa-
ever
sa-
won a Super Bowl with that team?
same as Barry Switzer took Jerry Jones.
He's 95 and 81 as a
a
head coach.
95 and 81. That's a winning record.
Woo,
Not the greatest
great.
record, but
That's
is it a
fantastic.
winning
Woo.
record?
It's the
Oh, boy.
NFL.
It's the NFL. Is that a
It's not
winning record?
college.
No. You're so quick to judge when you don't know all the facts.
We know the
But you're
facts.
so
We've
quick-
seen the facts.
But
The man
you're
is a
so quick to
racist,
deny.
A misogynist,
Okay. And I'm
a
asking you,
homophobe.
would you say that about players if players got caught doing that?
Yes.
If any players are attached to that email, no matter what their color or sexual orientation, would you want the
And
same
it's
thing
not-
to happen to them?
First of all, it's not about me, but yes, the public will judge them just as harshly as they did
I'm
John
just asking-
Gruden. Yes,
No,
absolutely.
they don't. Absolutely,
They
don't.
would,
Players
absolutely.
get a free pass. Players get
Okay.
a free pass. Michael Irvin. What kind of person was Michael Irvin in the early 90s? You were the biggest Dallas Cowboy
Mhm.
fan I know
I'm a
from
big Michael Irvin
80
fan. Mhm.
right. And what kind of person was he in the early 90s?
And again, you're talking about a different
Yeah.
era.
You're going to tell me that Roger
We
Goodell
have
did.
evolved from society. within
Bullshit.
society.
You're giving a
Bullshit.
lot of
No,
giving a lot of leeway to the people you like and condemning the people you have no feeling for.
I'm not at all.
Absolutely, 100%.
What about Tiger Woods? Maybe
What kind
a
of
little bit
person's
different yeah, Tiger Woods. Really,
What about
What
Tiger
kind
Woods?
what kind of person is Tiger Woods?
yeah. You love him. Love
Yeah, I
him.
do love him. Well, so
So
what did he do?
Cheating on
good
his
person?
wife, getting
Uh,
involved with
what-
girls.
Okay, whoa, stop.
you know, he
Cheat- cheat-
that's
cheat-
degrading.
cheating on your wife is a private
It's
issue.
degrading to your
Between-
wife.
It's between him and his wife. That's a
Misogynistic
familial issue.
behavior is degrading to women. So he was degrading his
He
wife.
slept
by
with
sleeping
every
with
Denny's
18
waitress
women.
in Las Vegas.
First of all,
And what's
you're
this
wrong.
deal with
It was
Denny's
Perkins.
It's not
waitresses?
wrong.
it was Perkins.
Perkins? No,
No,
Denny's.
that was
son.
one of 18. There was 18 of them. They were all over the freaking
He
place.
cheated on his wife 18 times that we know
Okay.
of.
All right, that's a behavior. That's
Is he a
not,
good person?
Yes,
Is he a good person?
not to his wife.
yes.
He's not. Not to
Was
his
it
wife.
drunk driving that time too?
Is his wife
All
a
right.
female? Is his wife a woman?
So John Gruden is a good person, except to Damaris Smith. By the
And
logic
don't
you
forget
just
Roger
said,
Roger Goodell.
And the NFL
And
female
Roger Goodell.
referees.
which didn't everyone 10 years
and-
ago
and a
want Roger
player-
Goodell dead?
And a
Now they
player
all
in
love
his own and a player in his own locker room.
That wasn't him. He was talking about a different player. He didn't know about
Look,
that at the time those emails were
you-
out.
You're picking and choosing. You can
not
deny
picking
it
and
all you
choosing.
want.
Not
You
at all.
Pick and choose.
No, you should
100%.
hate Tiger Woods just
Michael-
as much as you hate John Gruden.
Why?
And you
No, I don't
You
hate
should.
Tiger Woods.
I know you love Tiger
actually,
Woods.
Actually,
And
I like
Mike-
Tiger Woods more now than I did before.
And how you
Irvin-
could that there's no
And
logic
by the way,
to that.
by the way, guess what?
What?
He's back.
What?
He's back.
Oh,
Tiger.
Yep.
He's back.
Yeah. He'll win
Coming
a
back.
major the same year University of Miami wins a national championship.
He was out with his son the other day on the range, club in hand.
Teaching him how to pick up chicks at Burger King.
Sleeve on his right leg and no sleeve on the left leg and a
that's-
pair of shorts.
That's the guy right there. That's the problem.
And he's
It's
got
okay
his,
for him,
He's
just
got
like
his,
it's okay for
Mhm.
rappers at the Super Bowl, but it's not okay for a coach
Exactly.
or a GM, an ex-GM, excuse me.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's whoever you can get the most press off of is who we're going after this week.
So John,
that's
nothing
it.
should happen to John Gruden, right? He should just.
The
be
I
let
didn't
only-
go.
say
He should
nothing
still
should
be
The
happen
coaching
to
the
only
Raiders.
reason John Gruden was scapegoated was because he sent that email about Roger Goodell, and Roger Goodell got pissed.
If Roger Goodell's name's not in that email, we never
No,
see
you
the
never
light of
see
day of
it.
those emails.
Never.
Okay,
see
but
it.
but okay, but we did see it. So what should be the
Right.
repercussion from it?
But it-
An
no, he
investigation.
definitely got repercussions.
He's already
from
guilty.
it because he's
He's already
out.
guilty.
He-
That's what
It's
I'm
been
lost-
6
asking.
days.
He
He's
lost
guilty.
all
But
of
who
his
else should be
credibility.
guilty? Who's on the other end of those emails?
Don't George.
don't tell me
As far
one
as we know,
person.
Bruce Allen. That's all
Yeah,
we know.
Yeah,
on
that's
the other
all
end
you
of all
know.
600. He's the only one.
Again,
I said that's
why,
all we know.
Why is the Shield protecting these people?
That's a separate issue.
It's not a separate. It's the same issue. It's part of the
Okay,
same
here we
fucking
go.
scandal.
It's a separate issue. We have
It's not-
information on one.
You
We
know,
don't
you
have 'em
were
on the rest.
given information.
You
about one.
you don't have the information on any
You
of
were
it yet.
given
There's a lot
information.
more.
There's a
Ready?
lot of information you don't know.
Dallas Cowboys.
We're given
offensive
every
li-
information. Any time we get information, we're given information. So that's just stupid
Right, but
comment.
they're the ones giving it. They're picking and
Whatever.
choosing what you see and
They
what
are.
you don't see.
Here we go, Red.
So then
I'm gonna
somebody
give-
needs to
I'm
sue
gonna
to
ask
get the
you one
report.
more. I'm going to ask you one more player, then we're going to move on from this topic because we're going in circles. Lael Collins, offensive lineman, Dallas Cowboys, drafted 4 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that. And during the draft, it came out that he's under investigation for the murder of his ex-girlfriend or his involvement in the murder of his ex-girlfriend. Good person or a bad person?
Bad person.
Should he be in the NFL right now?
No,
He still is. Why?
I don't make those rules. I don't know.
Because he has a name on the back of his jersey.
Call Jerry Jones and ask him.
Okay,
we already
give
know
me another
Jerry-
one.
Jerry Jo-
Why is
Jerry-
Deshaun Watson still in the NFL?
Yep, he still has a job. He has not been cut yet. He's still getting a paycheck.
Because there's no criminal charges on him.
There's
Okay.
How
all
many
right,
how
so
many snaps has he taken this year, including the preseason?
And how many paychecks has he cashed?
he
I
getting
don't know.
paid. He getting
He's
paid.
getting paid. Deshaun Jackson.
Because under his contract, they don't have a right to let him go.
But
yet.
the NFL is actually there's a story came out that that the Texans were hoping the NFL would suspend him or make a move. NFL
Well.
said we're waiting for the Houston Texans to make a move.
So
Okay,
now we're
well,
stuck.
They're playing a
Deshaun
game.
Jackson, drafted from University of California, which there's rumors how he got in there. It has known ties to gang members of I think it's the Bloods.
Oh, so did Marvin Harrison.
Right. Good or bad people by your standards there, STEM.
I mean, that's a stupid question.
I'm asking you,
Well, it's a stupid question.
what's the answer? Is Deshaun Jackson a good person? Because
What
the
do you-
friends that he's associated with that he has been seen with in the offseason are under investigation for drug trafficking, murder, and a whole bunch of vandalism and stuff. But
Why are you
his whole
asking me this?
because
I
I'm
mean-
trying to get your understanding of what a good person and a piece of shit is, because you're going all high and mighty on John Gruden, yet I've just listed 4 or 5 NFL players who are still in the NFL, yet there's no investigation.
I don't control the NFL, and I can't make investigations. That doesn't make them not pieces of
Are
shit.
the, well, say they're pieces of shit then. Say
They're
it.
all
We'll
pieces of
be-
pieces of
shit.
shit. They're
Good.
all pieces of shit.
All right, so we're moving on. There we go. So John Gruden is in big trouble. Former Redskin administration is in big trouble. Daniel Snyder, owner of the Washington Redskins football team, whatever you want to call him, has a lot of explaining to do. Roger Goodell has another mess on his hands. And the NFL is still making more money than most of the other leagues put together, and they will not stop. Every couple of years we hear it won't stop. So we will keep you posted if we hear any more about emails. And unfortunately, this is Brother Dan's favorite football team. And they're losing. So this cannot be a happy time in your football world.
I started off pretty well.
Yeah.
Maybe the interim
It
coach
is.
will do well.
Yeah. It is, unfortunately, what it is. Life Sports Stuff Universe. We hope you had a great week. We got a couple more things we're going to touch on, and then we're going to head on out of here. I just lost my complete.
By the way,
train of
update.
thought.
It's 1-1 in the top of the 7th.
All right. Who's winning?
Exactly.
There you go. Who's got the football game on, Lurch? What's the score?
28,
Eagles and
22,
Bucks?
it's over.
Who won?
Tampa.
Seriously.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Yeah.
The Buccaneers won. Well, it's 14-7 last time I checked, so I don't know.
Mine
It
was
was
21.
Buccaneers
28-22.
defeated.
Yeah.
By the way,
Buccaneers
by
defeated
the
the
way,
Eagles.
I hate to toot my own horn, but I knew Jalen Hurts would be a better quarterback than Tua Tagliavoa or
You think?
Tungavailoa. Oh, let me ask you a question.
Are you think
So,
either one of them are really NFL material?
somebody, Jalen Hurts, yes, absolutely. And I said that when he went to Oklahoma. That came out that Tua pronounces his last name Tungavailoa. Can you show me an N anywhere in his name?
There isn't one. It's
Just
all
one.
vowels and G's.
Then how is it Tungavailoa? You can't have an invisible sound in your name. You can only have a letter that's an invisible letter that doesn't make a sound. You can't
Silent.
make a sound for us. Yes. You can have a silent letter, but you can't have an invisible letter. You can't just throw a letter in there.
Wayne, hockey player, late 80s, early 90s. Played for the
Rutelli?
Kings.
Oh,
Go ahead,
Jesus.
say his name.
Rubatelli.
Rubatelli. Because he pronounced every letter exactly how it is, how it's spelled. The man's name is Luke Robitaille.
Okay, but it's not Rosa
There's an
Batelli
L
because
in it, but there's
he
no
didn't throw
L
a
said.
he didn't throw a Z sound in there just because he wanted to. There's no
Wait.
N in the man's name, but there's an N sound. I don't get it. There's nothing that sounds like N in his name.
Wait, I got another one for you. Lurch, because I just said the other name a second ago. No one corrected me. We can't because we're live. Dino's last name was what?
Who?
Dino played for the Detroit Red Wings.
Come on, Wayne. Oh, come on, Lurch. Whoops.
Whoever you are.
We just both did that, didn't we?
I don't remember that one.
Sis.
Ciccarelli?
Oh,
Dino Ciccarelli. There's
What
no
about the other
H in the man.
What about the other guy?
Cicero.
okay. You got to go back and tell the backstory of this one, Mark.
What
Mickey.
about the other guy that played for? Can he get that one? The other guy that played for Detroit?
Oh,
Steve?
Yeah.
Steve?
Stevie Y. Do you know his last name?
No, I don't remember.
He's now their GM.
No idea.
Stevie.
All right, that's just listen. This
Eiserman?
all goes back to the time that you didn't teach him how to read.
It's my fault. He can't read. Are we bringing that up again? Oh, so hang on. We're not allowed to talk about that. Now you have to apologize to you know who. Go ahead. You go first.
Can't do it.
We're sorry, cousin Jeff.
But this all goes back to Sega. Tell the story about Sega.
So
NHL.
Lurch and I, I'd get off work and I would go visit Lurch at my dad's house. And Lurch was supposed to be doing homework. We all know how that went. He would turn on the Sega hockey and we would literally play 10 to 12 games a night. And we would be commentators on our own players. I was always the Islanders, and I could say their names. And he would pick random teams and could not say any of the. I would like for you to try to say the names of the players now. Who's the goaltender for the Tampa Bay Lightning?
I don't know.
Way to stay on top of things.
That's your homework for next week. Tune in next week, Life Sports and Stuff Universe, as Lurch will try to pronounce correctly the name of the Tampa Bay Lightning goaltender. The odds are 9-1 against. So, with that being said, Halloween's around the corner. One of us is turning 25 in a couple of weeks.
Who? One of us.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell him my real age.
Oh, I think you got it backwards.
Mhm. If there's a 2 and a 5 in there.
Yeah, that's what I said. You got it backwards.
Vasil
old fuck.
Vivisky?
What'd you say? Say it one more time.
Say it again.
Vasil Vivisky?
Sure.
Okay.
It's not bad.
It's closer than I thought he'd get. I'm going to go to a game and start screaming from behind the goal. We love you, Vasil Vivisky. Oh, good Lord.
We sat behind him the other day, me and brother Dan, last week.
I know.
He's pretty freaking good behind the pipes. I'll tell you that.
Solid.
He is the best right now. He's the
Pretty
best.
good.
Life Sports Stuff
pretty
Universe.
good.
I want y'all to have a good week.
Bob
For
Bob played great tonight. I know we gave up 4 goals, but Bob played great tonight. Two of them. One went off of one of our defenders' shins. The guy was behind the net and threw it in front. It bounced off his shin pad into the net.
Can
And the
you
other
tell
one
the
went-
live sports stuff universe who we are?
We are
You
the
said
Florida
we played
Panthers.
great.
Come on.
There we go.
And then one went off of was it Ekblad's stick? I think it was Ekblad's stick and went up over Bob's shoulder. But Bob played pretty well tonight. I was surprised. Surprised.
So there you go. Well, if you're a hockey fan, the NHL started yesterday.
Day before.
Day before, and it's kicking in. The Stanley Cup champs, the Lightning, are currently
0-1.
0-1. The Panthers are 1-1. The Islanders
1-0.
start tomorrow night.
1-0.
1-0.
Panthers are 1-0.
It's sorry about
The
the
new
Penguins.
team, the Seattle Kraken, are 0-1.
And
So for our
Saturday at 6:30, Panthers Islanders.
There we go. NBA fans, you're still a month away from us not talking about your sport. Football's entering week 6.
The
for the
Heat, baby.
pros.
The Heaters are back. It's all Miami's got. It's all we got
Yep.
down in Miami.
You
Well,
don't
yeah,
live in Miami. Stop saying you're not.
Miami,
from
bro. From Miami. Well, I'm
No,
from
first of all,
Miami, baby. I'm
you
from
never lived there.
Miami.
You've never lived there. Never once.
Miami.
Never once.
Miami.
If you said 305, you can get away with it.
Exactly. 305, baby.
There you go.
305,
Because it was all
305.
305 at one point.
305, baby. 305.
So
All right.
make sure you take care of each other. Make sure you're good to each other. Don't take any shit from anybody.
Did I get everything
I'm
off
Mickey.
my list? I think I got everything off my list. Yeah.
Just
Oh,
say
we
your
put-
name.
I'm STEM.
Say your name.
I'm Lurch.
Thank you.
I'm Brother Dan.
Episode 72, Life Sports and Stuff Universe. We are out of here.
The fridge. The fridge.
I feel so fake these days, like nothing matters though I wanted to. My skin's become so thick, it makes me sick to know I've become like this. Let me be who I once was, the person I know I am. 'Cause I can't take no more of the way I'm living. It's like I'm dying, taking, not giving. It shouldn't be this way. It's gotta change. Days turn to months, 2 years. I felt all the fears in this twisted world, believing what I wanted to hear. I knew it all, I could not be told. Here I stand with open eyes, no longer blind I see. 'Cause I can't take no more of the way I'm living. It's like I'm dying, taking, not giving. It shouldn't be this way. It's time for changing everything I know and everything I do, to become a brand new self, but not be someone new. I can't take no more